I don't understand how they wrote this. Who wrote this? Like Ausgang meaning when this was sent, and Eingang means when it was received, when the letter came in. So I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid. I don't know. Try to understand this. So Ausgang, it was sent out to my dermatologist, back to her. It was sent out on the 11th, 2019, and it was received on the 8th, 11th, 2019. Shouldn't it be the other way around, like Ausgang meaning it went out on the 8th, 11th and was received on the 11th, 11th? Huh? Is this already the stupidity of those doctors? Okay, now it says histologische Begutachtung, means like historical diagnosis. Okay, it says klinische Angaben, Kopie, good. Bekannte Atopie, Dermatitis, Artefakte. So that what was known to them, what it is all about is about Dermatitis Artefakte in German, and then slash Kratzexkoriationen, Zoophobie, Z8, Parasiten, Würmer, Handré. Also, it's known that it is a dermatitis artifacts. Kratz meaning scratching, you know, wound scratchings and so on. Then zoophobie meaning, I guess, I'm afraid of bugs. I'm afraid of bugs. Yes, I'm afraid of bugs. My parents are, my mother is afraid of bugs. She sees a little bug there, she wants to kill it. I don't want to kill it. I grab it with my hands and throw it out the balcony or the window, because they have wings, they can fly, you know? So, and then about parasites and worms and so on, you know, that's what I'm afraid of. I'm not afraid of these things. They can live in me if they want to, but do not affect me. Please do not affect my eyesight. Do not itch around. Do not breathe in there and move around so it starts to itch or start to hurt. Huh? I don't want that. Who wants that? Tell me, you know, that's why I wish those doctors to have that. You know, I want them all to have that. All doctors who are thinking this kind of bullshit, you know, so they realize, you know, what the fuck they're talking about. And then it says it's so difficult. Resting my arm. Okay, that's better now. Okay, it says there we go. I've reread this a couple times before I start the video, but this shit is so difficult to read. So what do you expect, right? Right. Okay, let's do it again one more time. Okay, Hautexzisat mit subcutanem Fettgewebe. That means the biopsy has been taken out. The top layer is the skin. The next layer is fat tissue, you know. Fokal erosive Epidermis mit bakterienhaltiger Schuppenkruste. So this epidermis, this top skin layer, it has bacteria on it. Mit Schuppenkruste means it has crusts on it, like dandruff crusts. Schuppen means like hair. When you have dry hair, your scalp, then you scratch yourself and you get these flakes. That's what it is. Schuppen is flakes, you know, with flaky crusts. Exsudative Entzündung mit Exozystose von Lymphozyten und Granulozyten in das angrenzend erhaltene, erheblich spongiotische Epithel. So exsudative Entzündung. So it has an infection. Mit Exozytose, I have no idea what that is. It's spelled EXOZYTOSE von Lymphozyten. About the lymphocyte, I have no idea. These lymphen, okay, spelled LYMPHOZYTEN. Und Granulozyten. Granu is like granulat, something round things probably. It's spelled GRANULOZYTEN. in das angrenzend erhaltene erheblich spongiotische Epithel. Spongiotische, I think it has something to do with, it's like a sponge. It is like meaning soft. That's what I think it means, you know. But you may look it up. It's spelled Spongiotische. Spongiotische Epithel. Epithel, period. Now comes, they did some kind of a coloration. It's like you do an MRT and you get an injection so they can see on your computer, on the computer, where the radiation has now gone into your tissue. It says here, mit der Passfärbung, also with this PAS-coloration, sind Pilzelemente nicht nachweisbar. So they could not find any fungi. Because fungi occurs, I've filmed this many times, a few times already, where I've been taking out Morgellons with the tweezer of the microscope thing. And I filmed this for about 10-15 minutes, something like that, and then I shortened it, you know, only the interesting stuff. At the beginning, in that area where those Morgellons were laying in there, it was clear, everything okay, or it was dry. But then, as I was taking it out, they reacted. I've been reading about it and on YouTube, you know, and I've seen it also there. Fungi does exist. They do create a fungi because they want to save themselves from being attacked from this enemy called Borg. You know, I am attacking them, I'm pulling them out, so they are creating this fungi, and I could see eventually that there is a fungi being created. In the beginning, the fungi looks like a flower, like when you look at my picture of the Borg, the right eye, it has, well, it's an instrument in the movie, you know, Borg, but the way that looks like a flower, exactly that's the way it looked where this fungi began to grow. At first, I noticed this kind of flower. It was a white flower, like a white flower, just the head part that you see on my eye in my Borg picture. And then eventually it started to grow even more and more and more and more. I'm wondering, what is this stuff here? What is this happening? You know, that was the fungi. In this thing, there was no fungi, you know, and there may have been parasites inside of it, because when I crunch it open, you know, it's because there's something in there. Something is making me itch. That's why I left that area. I didn't open it. That is the area where she took the biopsy from. So, I'm sure he saw this guy who examined my biopsy. I'm sure he saw those parasites. But if he did not know what to look for, what was he understanding on the parasites? Was he understanding that there was some kind of worm crawling around that you see normally without a microscope crawling around, those worms, you know, like you've seen on YouTube? And she didn't send any of those pictures. She didn't send the ones I've been, you know, I made a clip like I'm taking this one here right now. Then these parasites, I was filming them as well. And out of that film, I was making those photographs with the tweezers on it. And those ones I've given to her. She didn't pass those photographs on. She didn't send them here, the link to my YouTube channel to see those parasites. If they had known then that, they would have found it. But if you do not know what to look for, how can you find it, right? It's like they say, if you don't know what you look for, then you can't find it. That's how they are making us. You know, they are us around, you know. Okay, here it is. Sind keine Pilzelemente. No fungi were found. But it says Zeichen der Superinfektion, Impetiginisierung nachweisbar. So it says there are signs of a superinfection. And then it says in brackets this Impetiginisierung nachweisbar. There is a superinfection, but he explained it to me as well, this doctor, my doctor, that this is meant only about the biopsy, only in the skin. There is this superinfection. I am not super infected. Look at my videos. You've seen them, right? You've seen those eggs I'm pulling out. A few days later, I've sent her in a link to those eggs, that dermatologist. But this was already written already, you know. The super infection I got, I just found out about this, these parasites in my side of the ear, the skin. That was about what, a week ago? When was this done? On the 8th, 11th, 2019. So a little bit over a month now. What is it now? You know, over a month. So she made that. She didn't know about these eggs because she doesn't give a shit about it. Nobody does. Because we have this Dermatosenwahn, this delusional shit, you know? So it says on, okay, this in brackets, it says in German, Impetiginisierung. I'll spell it for you, so you may look it up in the Google Translator. It's spelled Impetiginisierung. Impetinisierung. Okay? So, and the next one says the diagnosis. It says bakteriell superinfiziertes excoriiertes Ekzem. So it is this eczema, this skin is full of bacteria, and it is a super infection. And yet, can you explain this to me? Huh? And they didn't find any parasites because he didn't know what he was looking for. Huh? This is ridiculous, huh? Let's go into the desert and look for something. Yes!